Ever have one of those days where wash day is tonight, but your baby needs a style right now? Yep, this is one of those days. And believe it or not, her hair is about 9 or 10 days post wash. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. It feels so good to be here filming again. I know it's been a while, but honestly, life has been lifing, as some of you know. And since having Zara, I've definitely had to slow down a lot, really focusing on her, adjusting to being a new mom, and taking care of my mental health. I went through postpartum depression, and if you've ever been there, you know it's not something you just bounce back from overnight, okay? There were days I didn't even want to pick up my camera, and days where just keeping us both fed and happy was the win for the day. On top of that, I've had so many transitions in the last couple of years, one of the biggest being moving from the West Coast, where I'd been for the last 15 years of my life, back to the East Coast for a bit. It was a huge shift, but it was exactly what I needed in order to recalibrate, reset, and honestly start feeling like myself again. So it's been very interesting being back home. But if you've been rocking with me for a while, and since Zara was born, first of all, thank you. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is a safe space for real mom life, beauty, and everything in between. I'd love to know what type of videos you guys want to see more of, whether it's hair tutorials, mom routines, more beauty tips, or just more real life moments with me and Zara. Let me know in the comments. I actually go through them and I plan my content based on what you guys say to me, so let me know. Anyways, let's talk about today's hair situation. We're doing a quick, low manipulation style on Zara's hair, and yes, I'm fully aware that it's super dirty. I'm saying that because I want to keep it real. Mom life isn't always picture perfect, especially when it comes to hair schedules. Sometimes you're traveling, sometimes you're busy, or the timing just doesn't work out, and you still need a style to get through until the next wash day. For us, wash day is tonight as soon as we get home, but right now I just needed something neat, protective, that won't cause breakage or stress her hair out. Zara has a mix of kinky, curly, coily hair, mostly type 4A with a little 3C mixed in, and her hair strands are super fine and fragile, so gentle handling is everything. Because we're working with hair that already has product and gel in it, so my goal today is to do the least amount of manipulation possible. So that means no extreme brushing, no ripping through tangles, and definitely no extreme tight styles with multiple hair elastics and rubber bands, etc. Today, I'm keeping it super simple. Water in my favorite spray bottle. This rehydrates and loosens up old product so that the hair is easier to work with. A light mist is all you need. You don't have to soak her hair at all. Some Eco Styler gel, the olive oil one, which is great for smoothing and adding hold without needing to layer a ton of extra products. And my go-to unbrush. It's gentle, flexible bristles that don't rip out her fine strands. Everything will be linked in the description box if you want to try them. So I always start by lightly misting each section, not soaking wet, just enough to soften the gel and make the hair more pliable. Then I go in with my fingers first, because finger detangling is so important for kids' hair, especially if it's dirty and has product buildup. Honestly, it's the best for natural hair, if I'm being real. You can feel the knots, separate them gently, and remove shed hair without breaking strands. Sometimes I'll even pull the strands apart slowly, almost like untying a knot so she doesn't feel any yanking. Only after I've removed the bigger tangles, that's when I reach for the unbrush. When I do use the unbrush, I always start from the ends and work my way up towards the roots. And the key is making sure the ends are nice and juicy and wet. So starting at the roots will just drag tangles down and cause more pulling and yanking, and it'll hurt, okay? The brush glides so much easier when you work from the bottom up, and you'll notice your child will flinch less or not flinch at all because it's way more comfortable. Since we're talking about comfort, here are a few toddler hair tips to keep them from crying during styles. 1. Hydration first. Dry hair hurts to detangle. 2. Small sections. Big chunks create way too much tension. 3. Finger detangle before brushing. It saves them and it saves you from a lot of frustration. Honestly, both of you. 4. Talk to them as you work. letting them know what's expected helps them feel prepared, and engaging them. I like to have Zara pass me her bobos or her elastics, whatever the case may be. 5, distractions help. A toy, a snack, a favorite show, major key. 6, comfortable seating. Whether that's on your lap, a chair that they like, a pillow, a counter in this case, whatever it is, make sure they're comfortable. 7, always check for tension. Ask if the style feels too tight if they seem like they're uncomfortable. Don't keep going. Don't be trying to force anything. Those are my toddler hair tips to keep a baby from crying and being comfortable while you're doing their hair. Anyways, now yes, she is sitting in front of the TV in this video. That is not something I normally recommend at all. Being that close to the screen isn't good for her eyes, this I already know. But we're in an Airbnb right now, and I needed a comfy space where I could do her hair without us both feeling cramped. And on this day in particular, she really wanted to watch Paw Patrol while I was working on her hair. So I made an exception. But this is definitely not our usual hair routine setup. We're just literally on vacation, okay? Anyways, once the section is prepped, I smooth a little Eco Styler gel along her edges and the part line. And by the way, I'm not using combs. I actually use my nails to part her hair because we don't need it to be super duper perfect. The trick for me is that she's comfortable and that she's not crying and that I'm not pulling or snagging her hair. And again, since it's super dirty, a comb is not going through my baby's fine hair at all. Anyways, then I gently brush the hair into place wherever it needs to go. But for today's look, we're doing 2 ponytails in the back, each twisted with 2 strands, with clear bobos at the bottom, and these adorable purple transparent apple bobos at the top, at the base of the ponytail. And in the front, she gets 1 ponytail with 2 twists, where we have the clear bobos at the end again, and at the base of the ponytail, she has 2 different color pink transparent apple bobos. And the cutest part is she actually picked the apple bobos out herself at the beauty supply store. So anyways, she took her time walking around the aisle and she spotted these apple bobos and she was like, yeah, these are the ones, mommy. And that was it. They were in the cart and that's what we got. But this is a side note, but I think letting kids be a part of those small decisions makes them more excited about getting their hair done because they feel like it's their style and that they chose things. And I feel the same way about her clothes as well. I like to allow her to choose if she likes her clothing or not because I feel like it gives them a sense of voice and opinion and whatever. That's a whole separate thing. But yes, she chose these apple bobos and they're super cute. Anyways, here's the thing. This isn't just for travel days. Even when you're at home, there are days where you just cannot do a full wash day right now, even when you planned it. Especially the mommies with babies with natural hair. You know, it is a process. Like, you have to dedicate some hours, okay? So I understand. It is okay. Life happens. The important thing is caring for their hair in between washes in a way that keeps it healthy, with gentle detangling, minimal tension, and all the right tools to make all the difference. Anyways, after that last section, I do a comfort check. I ask if she needs anything, if it feels too tight, because kids may not always speak up unless you ask, so a comfortable style means she can play, nap, and go about her day without constantly touching her hair or trying to take it down. I think you'll know when your child is uncomfortable if they're pulling at their hair or trying to take the hair tie out. So make sure you pay attention to those cues as well, because I know sometimes we like for babies to have the slicked down ponytails. I get it, but like we also have to be mindful of when they're uncomfortable, okay? Before we wrap up, so many of you have been asking about my updated skincare routine, and that video is finally coming soon, okay? It's been a while. And I'll also be sharing my postpartum hairline regrowth journey. My edges aren't fully back yet, but in the last 2 months, I've definitely seen beautiful growth, and I can't wait to share exactly what I've been doing because nobody told me my edges were going to fall out like this. But anyways, even though they're not fully back yet, I really have seen a significant difference in these 2 months that I started this little regimen. So if you want to see that, I got that coming soon as well because, I didn't realize my edges were snatched in the way that they were snatched until I started actually paying attention to them. But anyways, having a baby, we know, does a lot to the body, so we bounce it back day by day. But anyways, if you ever felt bad about sending your little one out the door without perfectly freshly washed hair, please don't. We've all been there. It's about balance and keeping their hair healthy while also keeping your sanity as a mom. Gentle handling, low manipulation, and the right products go a long way. Water is your best friend, okay? So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what videos you guys want to see next. It definitely helps my channel when you do that, especially because we're starting again, so I would appreciate the love. But like usual, I hope you have a beautiful day or night, whatever time it is, and I will see you lovelies later. Like usual, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, now TikTok, and Facebook at I am Linda Elaine. And yeah, bye guys.